Here are the best websites that you can use for Dune Awakening, whether you want to know what the server's saying, if you want to make a skill build, know where something is, or get yourself a competitive advantage. Let's jump in. So we're going to start this one off with an absolute banger of a website that we can see right here, which is plantologist.app. All the links are going to be in the description for all of these websites, and I'm going to explain them as much as possible in this video, but trying to keep it as short as possible because I know a lot of you here on Dune Awakening like to get the information really fast. So as you can see on plantologist.app, all this is a replication of the deep desert. I know it does look like a chessboard covered in sand, but as we can see, all of these little icons right here are small spice fields, medium spice fields, and the ring mouth spice field. How do we identify each one? Well, the small spice fields, as you can see, have got no line in them. The medium have got one line in them, and the ring mouth spice fields have got 2 lines in them. These are the locations that they've been found this week, and this does change every single week. As we can see with the Coriolis storm, that the hours do run down. Now you can up here go ahead and click other servers, but the deep desert has stayed the same during this week. This goes with if you want to know what anything is on the map, you can see it here on the left hand side. And also if you want to clean it up and you don't want to see it so cluttered, well, let's just say you're looking for a capture point, you can go ahead and unclick absolutely everything else, and this will leave you with just all of the locations of the capture points, and you can see the D and the number. So meaning when you do go out into the deep desert, all you have to do is go D2 and you know exactly where that house is. And this works with everything. If you want to know where the large spice blows are, then you can just click on each and every single one individually to make it a lot easier for you to find them. Now granted, as we can see, the Stradivarium and Titanium is only showing up here. I have found them in smaller rock formations around here, but they're only like 1 or 2, so it's not really worth it. If you want the huge amounts, you do have to go to the top of the map to find them there. So the next website is the one that you're going to need quite a lot, especially if you don't know what the hell is going on. You can go on dunestatus.com, and here you have to click what region you're in. So if you're North America, Europe, Asia, Oceania, South America, in this case I'm Europe, I will go to Epsilon Eridani because that is where we are. And we can see that this is actually located in Paris, the servers here, which is pretty good. I mean, it's Central Europe. And then you can see how many players are on. You can see the activity, the statuses, the sietches, etc., which is really good to know. I've actually gone and plonked myself in one of the higher servers, and then you can expand it by clicking the little arrow on the side, and then you can go down to your actual server and find out where all the players are. Now, Abir had 150% of the player base, which is absolutely crazy. We're on Jerkarutu, so if you do want to join the European server, then make sure you come on over. And for the North American server, we're on Chains of Karak, which is in Dallas, and the server or the siege is Jakarutu that we can see right here, which has got 8 out of 60 players currently on, but it's one of the higher ones at 83.96%. So the best thing you're going to be able to do with this is come on over to our Discord. Yet again, the link is in the description. When you get to the Discord, then go to Let's Get Started. Make sure you go ahead and tick the Dune tab, and then when you do, it will open up the Dune chat that we can see right here, and all of the information and guides that we see right down here where you put your name in, etc., and you can share all the information. While we're on this topic, I'm going to give myself a shameless plug, so come on over to the twitch.tv/idef, which either is a free, and make sure you go ahead and give me a follow so you can see me when I go live on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. And that's the same with YouTube. Make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button, the like button if you do like this video, and then if you want to see more videos like this, make sure you turn on that notification bell so you don't miss it when a video does come out. So the next website we're using is dune.gaming.tools, and we can see here that it does have a server status just like the other websites. However, this website has got some pretty cool features. We can see that yes, it has got server status, and yes, it's got a database showing you all NPCs are, Landsrad, XP table, and stuff like that. But it's also got a really good skill builder. If you go ahead and click on here, you can make a really cool skill build. So like I did say, on the Discord, I do post stuff. So in the info and guides, I put my skill build for max damage. Let me know what you think. But this brings us back to the same website, and this is my current build. As we can see, we're getting instability bonus damage, more bonus damage, disruption damage, headshot damage, health regen delay, blade damage, rain damage. This build is absolutely incredible. Let me go and click onto each one so you can see the stats. So for the Trooper, we've gone ahead and put 3 in rain damage, only 1 in disruptor damage, and 3 in scattergun damage. This is a really good way to make sure you've got a really good build that suits you before you go ahead and spend them points in the game. Rather than having to keep resetting, you can get it all right from the start. We can see that we've gone put 1 in Shigawire Claw, and now the only reason I've gone ahead and put it in Shigawire Claw is I'll explain in a moment. 1, obviously movement, but 2, as you can see, at the end of that description, it says it can also be used to stagger opponents during combat. And pairing that up with manipulate instability, we can see here once an enemy is stunned, staggered, or knocked back, you strike in vulnerable nerve endings to cause more damage, and this can give me up to 20% more damage just by hitting them with the sugar wire claw. Moving over to the Mentat, we've gone ahead and put 3 into rifle damage, which gives us an additional 15% rifle damage. We've gone and put 3 into marksman. Yes, we do get a minor increase on body damage, but we can see there we get 20% increase on headshot damage, so it rewards you for hitting headshots, and you do get that little bit less by hitting them in the body. We've gone and put an extra 3 onto range damage, so we can see there we've got an additional 9% range damage, paired up with the range damage that we had with the trooper. Then we've gone over and we've only put 1 into poison capsule so we can climb up the tree. We've got 3 into headshot damage, giving us an additional 15% headshot damage, and then we got another 3 in assassin shot, so we can see there we've got an additional 15% range damage, providing that you haven't been alerted or seen. Moving over in the plantologist, I've only gone and put 1 point in fuel efficiency driver and 1 in vehicle repair. The only reason I put it in these two because I had a spare 2 points and I couldn't put it anywhere else. If you could think of a better place to put 2 points, then let me know. In Bene Gesserit, we've gone and put 1 in Bindu sprint. I'm not actually using this in my skills, but it's pretty cool to have, especially if you're just doing a bit of PvE just to get around the map a little bit quicker. We've got the 3 in manipulate instability, so we get that additional 20% damage when we hit them with a sugar wire, and we got 3 in blade damage, which gives us extra long blade damage bonus as well as short blade, but the long blade gives us 15% more, whereas short blade only gives us 9%. That's why I passed on this one, because yes, we can get more short blade damage, but it's going to cost us an extra 3 skill points. So if you are using the short blade, then it might be worth investing here rather than here, or investing in both and just passing out on the sword master and the long blade damage here. So remove this and put the short blade damage here. Then on the right hand side on body control, we've gone and put recovery 3, so it gives us health regen limit up to 120%. We got sun tolerance, which gives us up to 70% sunstroke rate, because you know, if we're fighting out in the deep desert, we want to make sure the sun's not affecting us as much, so we can actually stay in the fight and have a lot more stamina for a lot longer. We've gone and put 3 in poison tolerance, because a lot of people are using poison weapons, and this gives you extra poison tolerance. Then we've got the self-healing, which gives us heal effectiveness up to 30% increase, and 25% as well. Then we got vitality, which gives us extra 55 max health, helping us stay in them fights a little bit longer. We've only put 1 in Piranha Bindu stability, just so we could unlock the litany against fear, which we put 3 in, which when you do equip this, it does give you a massive armor boost. So these are basically abilities that we just use our sword and our gun, and when we equip these, it just gives us a buff that gives us major defense and major damage. So the last tree is the sword master, where we've gone and put 3 in blade damage, so we got the long blade damage up there, extra 15%. We've got the retaliate, just so we could climb up to the long blade damage and giving ourselves an extra 15% there. We've gone and put 1 in deflection, which we're not actually using. We've got 1 in bleed tolerance. Then we've got 3 in solid stance, which reduces poise damage by 9%. We've got 5 on the danger, which we can see is equipped. And what this is doing, it's reducing our stamina cost, increasing our health regeneration, reducing poise damage, health regen delay, and stamina cost. And then we've also got confidence here, which we can see gives us increased damage mitigation up to, I believe, 25%. Then on the way, we've gone and put 1 in knee charge, just so we can climb the ladder. We're going to put 3 in optimized hydration, so hydration stamina bonus, because we want to keep that stamina up, because the sword masters or the swords are probably the most effective weapons if you've got a good shield. Then we've got 3 into inspiration, which gives us another buff that I do use on this character, and as you can see, it gives us up to an additional 35% blaze damage, and it lasts for 23 seconds, and its cooldown's 20, so you can keep this up almost at all times. So we got 1 in desert conditioning, which dehydrated stamina limit is 15%. It just helps us out a little bit more, but it was just to climb up to persistent strike, which when your blood is saturated with melange, you see multiple ways in which to damage your enemies, and after using any sword master ability, your next strike will strike twice, reflecting 2 possible versions of the future converging in a single space-time. So as long as we use inspiration, our next hit will do 2 hits. And then we got general conditioning 3 points, where we can see we got our max stamina increased up to 25 more, meaning we can stay in that fight yet again a little bit longer. If you've got a better build, go on here, copy it, and then chuck it into the Discord. From here as well, you've got an interactive map and a show your base. So if you click on the interactive map, it's going to take us over to our next website, which is duneawakening.th.gl. And this is a pretty cool website where you can go ahead and click on each and every single one of these maps. If we click on the Hagen Basin map, we can zoom out and we can see everything that we want to see on here. So if we want to see the trainers or not, we click on this one. If we want to see where NPCs are, you can click on it. Or it's a very good website to be able to see where absolutely everything is I really like it. I personally think it's probably one of the best interactive maps on the game, but there is different ones for different things. Now, do take note, if you do want to see where certain resources are, you will hit the tab on the side, you click agave seeds, and then it will actually show you exactly where they are. You can see by clicking Jasminium, it's actually highlighting where all the crystals are, but you do have to expand the tab to see that. Otherwise, if you click on it, it's just going to show you all of them, and then you can make the map pretty darn messy, which you definitely don't want it to be like. Then moving on from there, we got the method.gg, which is pretty good. It's got a load of builds that we can see there, deep desert resources, just like general guides for the game. So here, playing solo in Dune Awakening's endgame, the deep desert, you can write something out yourself personally, and then it explains loads of items for you or things for you on how you would go through the deep desert solo. And then there's many different things as well. This is showing their skill build that they recommend and all of the other things that they recommend rather than what I recommend or any other content creator recommends. This is where people personally can upload information for people like me and anyone else to be able to see. And as well, if you're stuck with the likes of a quest, this will show you exactly how to do your sword trainers quests in the most effective way. So you'd go from here. It'll tell you routing, pathing, really good written guides to help you out with absolutely everything in the world of Dune Awakening. I really rate this website and I think it's pretty cool, especially with how it's explaining certain things like all basic and advanced training locations. Like, great, this is stuff that is needed because it can get a little bit tricky trying to find out where everyone is and who you need to talk to and in what order you need to talk to them. So make sure you go and check out the method.gg. Moving on, which was one of the first websites ever created. This was actually created over in the closed beta, and this is awakening.wiki. This website has got everything like any wiki would have. As you can see, the deep desert, you can go in here and you can literally search for anything, or you can just type in spice. Let's just say we type in spice at the top. I put pice. That's not going to find me anything, is it? If I type in spice, it's going to give me loads of stuff related to spice. And these are wikis where you can see that it's got words written in there where people are explaining certain things. If you want certain weapons or anything like that, you type it in here and it will give you the information for that. And then it's got loads of other little things, which is just if you want to be part of finding out where things are in the world, even the likes of an interactive maps or frequently asked questions about the game. All of that information is in here in awakening.wiki, and it's a community wiki, so everyone like yourselves as well can go ahead and add things. They have got a wiki Discord, so if you're into this sort of thing and you want to go and share your own things, then make sure you go ahead and go to Dune Awakening Wiki, because it's got loads of really cool items and things of interest that might help explain things a little bit more in depth. If you want to know a little bit more about lore, then here you can see you got a Discord lore for events, projects, memes, and in-jokes for the official Dune Awakening Discord. You got the Dune Book Club, you got community links, and you got Sandwalking community podcast, player guilds. So if you're looking for a certain guild, you can click on here and you can list your guild, look for guilds, do all of this crazy stuff. And they've got all the Discord links down the side and they explain what the guilds are. So this is really good for you to go ahead and find them sort of things. But if you want to be part of the dev squad, then obviously make sure you come over to the Discord. Now, another phenomenal website is questlog.gg. You click on the tab at the top and you go down to Dune Awakening, and here you can see all of the things, just like the last website, but you got popular items. So if you were to, for instance, click on silicone block, you can see all of the items that can be made using silicone blocks. So if you've got loads of spare or in abundance, you can try and find things like that. Now, even if you were to click on the item, it will tell you exactly what you need for everything. Yes, you can do this in the game, but it'll be a little bit easier to just go ahead and search it and do all of them things on this website. Not only can you do stuff like that, you've got crafting calculators, character builds, just like what we just saw, but the character build on here is a little bit better. Personally, that is really good for your skills, but this as a build, because you can show your skills that you've got right here by opening it up and doing your skills like we see there, which we did see on the other site. But on this one, you can also add what weapons you are using, and you can also add what armors, everything like that, which is really, really good. And you can also add descriptions, your equipment. You can show what tiers you've got. There is so many things in here, like you say, work in progress. They're not all items listed yet. That's my current all-rounder build with maximum damage, an easy enemy stagger, short cooldown, fast movement in game. So you can get some really cool things. And then you can go and log in and leave a comment for yourself. And it shows you basically the stats along here on the side of what the skill build is. And then it can be upvoted. Like we can see, it's got five stars with only 2 votes. and people are starting to upload, so this is a really good place to go ahead and upload builds. Now if you want to just go ahead and upload a skill build, then you can go and do so here. It has also got an interactive map that you can see by just unchecking and checking all of the things on the side. You can find exactly where everything is. So we want to know where the agave seeds are, and we click it, we can see where all they've been mapped on the map. It does have server statuses yet again, so you can see all the different server statuses, and you can go down and see what one's online, offline. And then you've also got yourself a load of guides on here as well, so how to get jasminium ores in Dune and much, much more. So another really great website for you to be able to go ahead and use. Then the next website is pimpmydune.com. This is a website where you can go ahead and upload your base build. So if you are interested in seeing base builds, you want to get some inspiration, some ideas, some designs. I wish there was an upvote thing on here so you could actually vote bases up, so we can see what are voted the best builds, but currently there's not many on here. We can see the most favorited with the likes here. Actually, there is basically an upvote by hitting the like button like I read it, and we can see that this is rated the best, and it's the Bastion Atreides. So we can go ahead and click these arrows, and we can go through and see exactly what it looks like. People can upload the inside, they can upload the outside, and they can show you exactly what it looks like all the way around. And I can imagine many of you are making loads of bases in this game. You can explain or give it a description. You can talk to people and ask other people, do you want to buy this blueprint? So you can go ahead and sell it in the market and upload it here so people can see exactly what it looks like before going ahead and buying it, which I just think is a really cool website because I absolutely love base builds. So for people to be able to upload all their builds into a certain location for everyone to see, and then potentially buy the blueprints, like look, people decorating the inside and making it look really nice and cool, just gives you very good inspiration for your own builds. And I hope to see many more builds on here in the future, because this Pimp My Dune is such an epic website, and I'm going to be uploading builds that I make and tips and tricks that I make on this website as well. So give it a week and I might do a review. So if you go ahead and put your build on here, let me know on the Discord or let me know in the comments, and I'll make sure I go down and review it, and we'll do a video of us reviewing all of the builds on here. Now the next one is openworld.gg. This is not like your other maps that you have seen on the game. This is a phenomenal map, and I mean phenomenal, because you know in this game you've got all of them purple glowing chests where you find unique items. Well, every single indicator that you're seeing on the screen right now is one of them special unique chests. And not only is it showing you where all them special unique chests are, if you click on one, you can see exactly what items you can get in them and the drop percentage that you get of them. So by clicking on that one, we can see the Hollower's Steel Suit set is right there. Clicking on this one, we can see you get the Way of the Fallen pistol. Clicking on that one, we get the Hajara Liter Ron, however you pronounce it. And you can literally go around the map trying to find what one you want and how you're going to get it and what you're going to get in there. There's actually the Meister Tyrell you can get. Another one, you can get the Spark Sword, and I believe you can get also the Poison Sword, so that needs to be added onto there. But if you're looking for a specific unique item, rather than having to just go on there and click it, not only does it do the Haga Basin, it also does in the Deep Desert. So in the PvE areas, there's also unique chests that you can find where you can get like Compactor Mark 5 uniques. If you want to go around and try and find all these rare uniques from the Deep Desert that probably use, what is it, Plastinian and all of that, you can find them in the Deep Desert in the PvE zones, which a lot of people probably didn't even know of. And if you want to find a specific item unique, then you can go ahead and type it in. So if we put Way of, and then we can go here, Way of the Fallen Weapons, we can see that it's showing me that weapon right there, where it is located, and I can click on it and I can see it's got a 33.3% of getting it in the old Griffin Hideaway. What an absolutely incredible website. This website, like I said, is phenomenal, and it is so good to find all of the locations and what you can get just by typing it, eh? So here is the unique item list. So we can see that it's showing 223 unique items that we see right here on the screen. So if you do want to go through them one by one, then you can do so. The website does also have guides that we can see right here, which go ahead and gives you guys how to unlock the Swordmaster class in Dune Awakening, so on and so forth. It also has a skill builder that we can see on here, which has got where you can go ahead and set out your skill builds, just like all of the other skill builder websites, where you can go ahead and click on each tab and put in the points that you want to go ahead and set, which go ahead and show you exactly how much percentage you get from each one. And it's great because you left click to increase and right click to decrease the points, and you go and drag and drop your abilities and techniques in here. It also explains about all the classes, so if you want to know what they are: the Bene Gesserits, the Mentats, Plantologists, Troopers, and Swordmasters. And yet again, there is the interactive map. So with that, apart from the websites, the only other thing that I can recommend is you actually going over to the official Dune Awakening Discord, and in here you've got a couple of other websites that we can see right here. But you do get the game announcements that we can see here, which are really good. So you can find out all of the new things that are happening on the game. And then by going on the patch notes, we can go duneawakening.com, and you can see all of the patch notes that happened to the game. As you can imagine, the duneawakening.com website shows you all of the stuff that you can go ahead and get. Like currently, there's an in-game collectible that you can get, which is an exclusive mural decoration, and you can only get it by ordering this spice chai latte, but it does cost $35. That's without shipping. And then one good thing that you want to be able to use as well is the Reddit, so www.reddit.com, and you want to put /r/duneawakening. And on this Reddit that we see right here, they do go ahead and respond to a lot, but you will find loads of things Dune Awakening. If you did like this video, make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you found this helpful, and put on that notification bell if you want to get more videos like this and you don't want to miss out.